Good afternoon. This is a small haul, really a tiny haul, but this is my Woolly WHIMS installment for May. And it comes in a nice little package. And as you can remember, Woolly WHIMS is this beautiful quilt. And I'll show you the block we did last month. This is what we did last month. And then the first month was this one. Wait a minute. First month was this one. I've only got two here and I can't keep them track. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. And here's a pic. Let me give you a picture of the whole thing. There, isn't that darling? So that's my Woolly WHIMS, and it's a block of the month coming from Keepsake Quilting. Okay, so here's our package. Let's open it up. Let's use the craft scissors. Craft. Oh, I cut my finger this morning. I was peeling a butternut squash. Man, was that good. I put it in cubes and put some salt and pepper and I think I put a tiny bit of butter on top of it. And then baked it for about 30, 40, maybe 45 minutes. At the same time I was baking a meatloaf. So I think we're set for meals for at least until Tuesday, right? We'll probably eat it today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, and then freeze the rest and start another project then. Is that how you do it too? Or do you? I know I watch Rita's Quilted Chicken, and I swear she makes a full-blown meal every single day. Yikes! Well, anyway, here we are with Woolly WHIMS. Actually left it to open with you. Pretty rare I can hold my horses on that. Ooh, this will be a good pretty color. Blues with a deep burgundy. Month 3. And of course they don't tell us the price, but I think it runs right around $23.95 shipping, with shipping. Because without shipping, it's like $15.99. Didn't I tell you all this last time? I think it was $17.99, and shipping is $24. There, I think that's closer. Always make it sound better than it is, right? Okay, so month 3. The blues and the beiges are going to be in the middle of the block. Aha! The little part in the middle is the blues and the beiges, and the outer block is going to be this dark orangey copper. Terracotta would be the color. Terracotta is a good color. And we can't look at the directions, but we can sure look at how that is designed. So this beautiful turquoise, teal, a little bit of baby blue, a little bit of beige, lovely ivory, gray leaves, and this little flowerette in the terracotta color. Oh, and another one in here. Some lambs, ivory lambs. Very nice. Okay, so we'll get that going today. And I wanted to give you an update on everything else that I'm doing. Some of my WIPS in progress, my works in progress. I've got the Hunter's Dream all spray glued together and rolled with its backing. And that's going to be nice. Lots of animals. And I put a nice sized border on it. And then it's on the backing as well. And this fabric came from Rebs Fab Stash. And they do a good job. Christy sends it right out. She has some really good prices. Most of the time, Christy. And I'm taking a hiatus from purchasing on your lives, but I'm looking forward to coming back to your lives. I've got quite a few selections here already, and if I could show you, I've only been able to empty out 4 of 5 of the pizza boxes, and then I refilled 2 of them with new projects. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 projects in progress. And you know, I told you before that I keep it on a spreadsheet, and I just every month I try to touch it. But boy, my Christmas figs, somehow I got behind on that, and I didn't do anything for 90 days. Can't believe it. Whew. But we did accomplish an extra baby quilt in May, an extra baby quilt in April, those are 2 things that weren't on the schedule. And then I'm really looking forward to that last installment from my mystery quilt with cotton cuts. That is a really cool one. I had it on the floor, but I had to pick it up again because my dog kept stepping on it, and then, you know, if it gets out of order. So I labeled every piece, picked them all up. Now I can put them back again when I have the final pieces. I'm determined to have a design wall, and I know how to do it. I just have to get it done. Good grief. And I think the next thing I'm going to work on after, the next thing I want to work on is Paradise. I would like to actually finish that darn thing. And then I want to put the binding on the beautiful kaleidoscope quilt that has been hanging on my banisters in my stairwell for maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. It needs the binding on it. And I found the binding fabric. It was in one of my drawers. And then I've also got Park Plaza ready to go see Lynne Lockwood. She's my quilter now. And it's a super king. And so I found some fabric that was 118 by 108. So I think that it will be big enough to do the Park Plaza, because that puppy is big. But if it isn't, then we'll just have to put a border on the back, I guess. Oh no, I know how they do it. They run a strip down the middle, and then it extends it out on both sides, and you don't have to worry about having an even edge to it. I'll get that done. So the way to proceed on that is to go back downstairs where I have the Park Plaza hanging as a curtain in my on my patio window, and measure it exactly. Take some notes, because I'll forget by the time I walk upstairs, you know. And then determine if the 3 yard of 118 will fit it. We'll see. May have to put a strip down the middle. And then I can package it up and take it to Lynne. And I'm supposed to meet with Lynne today. I'm trying to decide whether I'm too tired to drive out there. What time is it anyway? Must be getting about 5:30 or 6. I may have to postpone that, you know. Well, Lynne, when you're watching this, I'll call you too. All right, what other WIPs are we working on? Hunter's Dream, that's right there. We got the Woolly WHIMS block of the month. Oh, I can't wait for the mystery quilt block of the month with fat quarter to start in those peaches and green colors. Oh, so beautiful. Can't wait, can't wait. I even ordered the backing for that. I hardly ever do that. And the finishing, of course, so that they get you with 3 different things you need to order. Oh well, that's part of the deal. Okay, and so let's see what else. I got Christmas figs I'm working on. Let me get my spreadsheet. So my first spreadsheet is finished. Everything on it is either done, and Fig Tree I moved forward to a new spreadsheet. So that was the Mystery with the Old West. We're winding that up this month. The Rebs Fab Stash Farm Animals. I made that last fall. It is so cute. And I think Christy is selling it again. It's available on her lives. I think she offered it, and it's also available on her website. So go look for it. It's the Farm Animals, but it's by Elizabeth Hartman. They are fun to do. Really fun to do, these little animals. And they're not hard. They are not hard. They are fun. And then a Fig Tree I'm working on. The Wing and a Prayer. Oh, that's what we call Paradise. See, I think Wing and a Prayer is the company name, and Paradise is the design name. I don't know. And then Prim, I have Prim done. It's hanging on the wall here. Well, it's the top, the flimsy's done. And then Coo Cow, you saw that. I did a film on that, and that's finished and delivered to my daughter for Christmas. And then we have Park Plaza, and that is, the flimsy's done. And it's that huge one that I have purchased, that extra sized backpack to use for its backing. Then, see, with all these lines are things that I've been purchasing over the last 6 months, 8 months. So you can see I can probably slow down on purchasing for a little bit. Okay, Firm Foundations. That's the one. And I'm using the fabric called Canterbury from, I want to say Missouri Star had it on a daily special. And Firm Foundations is the name of the pattern. And it looks like little churches. And then on the side of the church is like a panel piece that it names, that is the writing that is like the first stanza of a song, or the most commonly remembered stanza of a hymn, you know. And so they're going to be beautiful. And I've decided, instead of making a quilt, I'm going to make 4, count them, 4 table runners. And those will be for my 4 adult children in their homes. And then Hunter's Dream is for my little grandson. Oh, Kelly & Co. That's going to be due here. What day is this? Today the 6th or 7th? That's going to be this next weekend. Yeah! Okay, and then Quilting Bee. Have I showed you that? Those big, beautiful, iridescent bees on a circle of honeycombs. And it's on the Liz Warnke site. Look her up, Warnke, Liz Warnke. And she did a video on this and how she put the iridescent wings over the top of the bee bodies. And since it's see-through, you use parchment on the top, and let's see, what did she say? She fixed it with somehow you glue them on there, and you use parchment paper and an iron, and then you go over the marked lines and make it look like the veins of a wing. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. I got on Etsy and ordered the pattern for the Quilting Bee, B-E-E. The Quilting Bee. It's still available, and in fact, I didn't see any kits at all, or I would have considered it. But right now, I'm assembling the parts and pieces. So I have purchased the yellowy orange, not chiffon yellow, but a deep yellow, orangey, a yellow heading towards orange, sort of golden color. And I got that for the honeycombs. And she said she wants it in a darker to lighter, what that word is. I'll think of it later today. Let's see. So those are for the honeycombs. And so she described it that you make a circle with your fabric, and then you cut out your honeycomb shapes, and on the darker portion of the circle you put the light honeycombs, and on the lighter portion of the fabric you put the dark honeycombs. And then when those are all sewn on there and quilted, and however you're going to finish them, then you put the bees on. And the bees are all little parts and pieces. And I have to go to Hobby Lobby and get the iridescent craft fabric for the wings. According to Hobby Lobby's website, they have it. And then I ordered some variegated, orange for the bee bodies. And then for the black tail pieces and the antennas, I'm sure that I know that I have some black fabric here somewhere from somewhere. It's in, I haven't seen it lately, but I just have to start looking through my drawers and things. So I think I'm really close to, all I got to do is wait for the shipment of the orange variegated and go purchase the iridescent. And then it says to, to applique all these pieces. So I have probably 50 spools of embroidery thread in their original packaging for the last 5 years under my bed. I was going to really get into embroidery and I just didn't do it. So I'm going to go dig through all those beautiful spools of beautiful embroidery thread and find the right colors to go on the bees, black for the bees, and for the honeycombs, you got to have a lovely variegated orangey yellowy color there. And the wings are supposed to be done in a soft gray. So that'll be fun. That's the quilting bee. And then I have, I just finished a baby quilt. I told you about that already. And then I moved Fig Tree forward. So I guess I'm finishing up the mystery quilt from Cotton Cut, so I don't have that on here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I already finished that one. Is that true? I've only got 6 that I'm working on? Boy, that's hard to only have 6. My goodness, I've got room to expand. What happened to the... Oh, yes. I got my Civil War blocks, my Civil War sampler. And I'm getting my Daisy Lane, Kansas Troubles back from Lynne Lockhart. She did a short on that quilt of mine and had 1,500 views. Wow! That's fun. That's exciting. And then, let's see. So Civil War, Bel Canto, we have not started yet. And the Fat Quarter Mystery one with Peaches and Greens, we have not started. And it says, I think it starts June 25. So we have another month and then we can start that one. And I'm just not sure when to start Bel Canto because that is another big project. And I have all the fabrics purchased there. Edita Sitar, gorgeous blues, pale browns, what would it be, tan maybe? She has a distinctive color palette. And so I have, I think I've got 8 or 9 one-yard cuts. So I have plenty of fabric. I just have to figure out how I'm going to use that fabric to meet the requirements for Bel Canto, because I think Bel Canto requires more than just 2 colorways. But we'll see. Okay, so my next, what shall we work on next? I'll do my Lammy. And then the mystery quilt should be coming in the next, any minute now, because here we are on, I would fully expect it by Wednesday. And then the next thing after that is going to be Civil War. I got to keep going on that, We'll never get through if I don't keep it going. I would like to do 4 blocks a month, but gosh, in March we did 3. In April we did 2. In February we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's get it going, huh? All righty. All right. So, oh, and my daughter gave me some fabrics that she had laying around. She was cleaning house. And there was a whole jelly roll of Lori Holt Autumn. Oh, that's going to be fun to use. I haven't the faintest idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but it'll be fun. And then I've got a beautiful bunch of yellows and blues that I bought from Missouri Star on one of their big super daily specials probably 4 months ago. And so it was at the tail end of summer last year. So now that we're gearing up for summer, those would be excellent colors. One of my twin daughters asked for a table runner, not splashy mom, blues and yellows, not big flowers. And so I thought, oh boy. So I took a table runner book over to her and I said, are any of these possibilities? You know, once they hit 30, they think they know so much. Well, actually, they acted like that at 16, but you know. So she picked one, and it was blues and yellows, and it looked like a block where you'd have 4 or 5 things going north, and 4 or 5 east, and 4 or 5 west, and 4 or 5 south, and they would. Well, anyway, I'll show you when we get it going. But I have the fabrics. They're all right there in one of those baskets. I have yardage and I have layer cakes. Now, if you get a chance to look at my Daisy Lane Kansas Troubles, if you're interested in those fabrics, I think Rita's Quilted Chicken Farm has the layer cake for $29, which is probably the best price you'll see out there. And I just love those fabrics. And the feel of them are very substantial fabrics. They're not flimsy in the slightest. And I thought the quality on them was just stupendous, you know. But here, as I'm staring off into space trying to talk with you, I'm looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I got crazy and I bought 4 different. No, I bought 3 and 1 came in the Christmas box with soft squares. And these are like wall hangings for Christmas. I don't know. I'm going to have to start on them sometime soon to get them done for Christmas, don't you think? But at least I have 4 of them. In a pinch, I could give them at Christmas presents. What do you think of that? No, I think I want to give them out earlier so they can display them for Christmas season. So I think that is all I can dream up to talk about today. So I hope you're all doing well. Goodness sakes, you know, our lives can get so slammed. You know, I'm trying to take my husband to physical therapy appointments and wound care appointments and cardiologists. And then I want to try to get over to those t-ball games on Mondays and Wednesdays and work 3 days a week. And how much more can I slam in there, you know? My girlfriend says, you're doing too much, Marlene. You make yourself sick doing all that. Well, you're probably right. But when I'm 80, I'm not going to be able to do hardly any of that. So, well, I'm going to be able to sew. And I'll be able to do some of those things, but I don't hardly think I'll be working at the 80. But, oh, there's my dog, Hannah. Hannah Banana. Yay! What a good dog. You know, we got her as a rescue last year. Probably the best thing ever. Yes, best thing ever. Okay, have a good week. We'll talk again next weekend. Probably be ready for Callie and Co. next weekend. I don't know. I don't have a calendar to look at, but it seems like it will be next weekend. All right, take care. Bye-bye.